All right, here we are looking at notes for 5-3, and this is the beginning of proportional relationships. So before moving forward, you're going to be hearing a lot about variable quantities, about two variable quantities. When you hear this word variable quantities, that's just simply the two things that you're comparing in a rate. Reminding yourselves that rates are simply just comparisons of things. So, for example, when we're talking about variable quantities, it could be something like seconds and meters. If you're talking about how many meters you can go per second. Or another example could be something like how much money and hours, how many dollars you make per hours. Those are just the variable quantities, the two things that you are comparing. So this is going to be the big meat and potatoes of this lesson or of this unit moving forward. Two variable quantities, so two things, so like money and hours, seconds and meters, feet and time, whatever. Two variable quantities are proportional if they have a constant unit rate. It has to have a constant unit rate. Constant being the same. That same unit rate shows up in every situation. Your requirements for finding out if something is proportional, because a lot of these questions are going to be asking you to determine if the relationship is proportional. Your requirements to do this, your requirements for full credit and stuff. First and foremost, you must test all the values in the table or the chart. One or two will not work. You need to test all of them. You will not get full credit if you don't. And they all must be equal. It doesn't matter if 3 out of the 4 are the same and just one is an oddball. They all have to be equal. No exceptions. No exceptions. And this is the big one that you guys are going to struggle with because you hate to write sentences, but you need to write a detailed answer sentence where you're naming the proportion or the two variable quantities. Naming two variable quantities. Very, very important. So we're going to put all this into action with our next two examples, and I'll show you what that detailed answer sentence is supposed to look like. You need to name the two variable quantities.